there's a lot in there about education. I told myself that I can't sit still, can't sit around and watch TV, argue on social media. So after several more drafts, I started crystallizing a vision for the future of my life. So I'm on draft 4. This is the one. If you hit pause, you can pretty much see what I'm up to. But it's my goal to work with NCR, but it's also my goal to go further. So NCR is who I work for, along with PocketLink. And I assist them in product development for automating delivery drivers and transportation fleets inside distributors, large companies, business to business. Without showing you the details of this goal, I've got a very large plan, and as you can see with my screensaver or desktop backgrounds, there's a rocket on there by SpaceX. SpaceX is very interesting to me. Their founder is also the founder of Tesla, and his name is Elon Musk, and I think he's very interesting because he shows just the amount of things that can be done when you take it from a physics level approach. Take everything down to the basics, right? One of the more compelling things I've heard him say or read about him saying is why a rocket's so expensive, and how can we build a rocket in his company, right? How can they build a rocket by just putting all the atoms on one side and having finished rockets come out the other side? And when I say atoms, I'm talking about raw materials, but that's where you're looking, is atoms. You have to reshape all that material, and that's the movement of material, movement of heat. So I agree with that. Now I have some basics in my life. I have automation, logistics, programming, and project management experiences. I want to take them to the next level because I've always been interested in going to space, but also dealing with space. Just not general space. If you're looking for a more crystallized goal, it's supply chain logistics automation in space. It's very possible that in the next few decades we're going to have colonies and rotating around the planet, going to the moon, permanent base on the moon. Building that stuff is not going to be easy, and I think it can be done in pieces. That may be a view that other people don't have, but based on how SpaceX is looking at having a supply chain, I don't know, what would you call it, like almost conveyor belt between Earth and Mars, that brings to mind some sort of supply chain, almost literal. It's in orbit, and it's going from planet to planet, or maybe it's going from planet to moon. That large vision of his is actually pretty interesting to me. I'd like to tap into that vision. Because as a very young kid, I've always wanted the best for this planet, for our species as well. I think that there's a lot of improvements we can make in our lives, and by pushing the boundaries of exploration, we can take all those boundaries and lift everything and everyone up with it. And that comes with some challenges. So, to crystallize my vision, I'd like to be in automated robotic logistics with space launchers like Blue Origin, SpaceX, Virgin Galactic. They're going to have consumer-based space travel in the future. That's going to require Coca-Cola in space. You know it. Some of the best brands are going to want to be part of that market, and somehow that has to be illustrated to the rest of the world, but also be useful and push some innovation. So that's the reason that I've decided to finish my bachelor's in software development, but also pin my visions on something very remote. So I put it on here that I have 50 years. So I'm at age 37. That's between the top of this paper and the line. And then over here from 87 to 120, which is still 30, I can't do the math, 33 years. I tell people, it's like, don't rely on the math from me, rely on my formulas and my algorithms. They do the math for me because if I can automate it, I will. Anyway, the point of the matter is I have 50 years between being age 87 and now 37, I have 50 years to do something with my life and have it be a positive thing for the rest of the people around me, if not for the rest of humanity. Do I have a savior complex? No, I don't. Do I have a deep sense of justice? I do. Do I have an extreme desire to be useful? Yes. Do I like to sit still? I don't like to sit still. I'm a very busy person. As you can see, I'm also interested in just putting different combinations of life together. I'm sitting in my girlfriend's apartment, but I don't have my own things here really beyond the chair that I'm sitting on. The things you're seeing on the table, there's a bike out there, but I've got really no things. My material acquisition isn't my goal, and money is not my motivator either. Money is nice, it's not my motivator. It's like Bob Marley said, money is numbers, numbers go on forever. So if you're worrying about money, you're worrying about numbers, and your worries will go on forever as well. So that's why the vision is really, in the next 50 years, I want to do a good job with the remainder of the market. The power delivery from NCR is that I want to place. I want to place it there. I want more customers, obviously, but I also want a really good product. After 13 years, we've done a lot of innovation. We've done a lot of good work. We've got some good team members, and we need to keep advancing that. There's no point in doggy paddling our way through life, is there? Treading water, that's what I meant. I'm a foreigner, so if I say some things that don't make sense or they're all twisted around, you can hold it against me if you want to. It's not useful. It's a piece of paper that I'm looking at, right? I keep looking at it. Well, how's this related to this, or related to you? I don't know what you'll learn from me. I don't know if I have anything to teach. It seems like I do. I'm getting older and remembering the stuff I'm doing, and that's kind of helpful. Even if it's just for my children to go back in time and look at what I was thinking and what was on my mind. Robotic supply chains. That's what's on my mind. And it's going to require software development, and not just Excel macros and basic scripts or HTML or SQL, like SQL query language. It's going to require a whole lot more, a deeper understanding of materials, deeper understanding of processes, but ultimately staying down at the engineering level and understanding what's next. So my vision is pretty crisp. It doesn't change, and that's what I'm going with. And I'm trying to crystallize the vision so that and I'm willing to redraft the vision. But I can't just make things up. I need good people. I need experienced people. I need a lot of coordination, and I also need to push myself harder. Life isn't slowing down. Time isn't slowing down. It's not waiting for anybody.